Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm pollinated.
You're pollinated? You still coughing and sneezing?
Yeah. All right. So pollen season has kicked off in Charleston.
You mean the yellow snow season?
This is the picture I took of the hood of my car the other day. That's a black car with.
And wait, that was after the rain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did get smart. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. My wife got smart and started making me take Allegra or one of them allergy meds.
Yeah.
A month before pollen season started a couple years ago. And so I'm actually much better now than I was in the past, but it's a little yellow out there.
Little bit yellow. The Charleston snow is what some people call it.
Yeah. It kind of works its way from the south to the north.
Yeah.
So we had people in town today from Orlando that are building here, and their pollen started just a little bit before ours did. And then I was talking to some people up in New York, and they said they were just getting ready to start up there. So it works its way north. It'll be out of here in another week, and I'll be fine.
And then it'll come back again, probably.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. Sometimes at the end of the pollen season, we need a good, strong rain to knock it all down at the end.
Yeah.
And we had pretty good storms roll through here on Sunday, but I think it was too early in the pollen season to kill it.
I think so too. Well, welcome to our live, everyone. Thanks so much for inviting us into your phones, your tablets, and your living rooms. You know, Jeff, over 50% of our viewers watch this and our other videos on a TV. Like we're on their TV in their living room.
I mean, that's where I watch most of my YouTube.
Yeah.
Is on my television.
Oh.
I think the smart TVs of about 10 years ago when the or not even 10 really, it's been less than that. When the TVs came all loaded up with all the apps to begin with and YouTube was automatically on there, I think it really pivoted people to watch it on TVs a lot more.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you inviting us into your homes. And we started these lives because people were asking questions on our YouTube, and we said, hey, let's do a live every week and try to answer those questions.
That is not why we started. We started because Sharon, Mark's wife, asked him to go square dancing every Tuesday at 7. And he said, baby, I can't go square dancing every Tuesday at 7 because we have to do a work thing. And so that's why we do this.
You are lucky that she is driving and not watching today.
She might see it on the replay. Sorry, Sharon. I was just kidding.
I don't think she watches the replay.
Have you ever gone square dancing?
In gym class in high school, junior high, we had to take square dancing.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We did that too. That was so stupid.
Yeah. I'll never use it again. Jackie, you and me are going to have beef if you tell Sharon.
Jackie, we sold you your house, so we sure as heck know where you live, so you better watch your attitude.
So down in the comments, go ahead and post your questions. Anything about Summerville, Charleston, housing market, not housing market. We'll try to answer it. And sometimes we give the right answer, and sometimes we give the wrong answer. And if we don't know it, usually we'll tell you we don't know it. Sometimes we like to make it up, right?
Yeah, if I think I can make it up without getting sued, I'll just make it up.
That's the key right there.
Yeah, that's the caveat of I feel like I look extra pretty tonight, and I don't think the lights are up high enough.
Oh,
just do.
Your hair has got a pretty wave in it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just combed my hair and used hairspray and everything, and I was sitting in my chair, and Andrea came by and stomped my hair right before I went live. She's a hateful woman.
Hello, Wes and Heidi. How are you
guys?
Connecticut? Is it still cold up there? It's got to be still in like the 30s and 40s, I would imagine.
I was looking at weather for Pittsburgh. It's going to be like a low in the 20s later this week, or 30s, or something absurd.
I'm glad we're officially in the 60s, low 70s.
It was 75 today.
Yeah, close to mid 70s now. So hopefully that continues and we don't have, every once in a while, my wife says we get like a March. She says it's every year, but every once in a while we get that March blast, the cold blast.
Yeah.
Feel like we're in the latter half of March.
Yeah.
I would be really surprised if we get that blast this time.
But then again, Sharon is smarter than both of us combined. So it's very possible she's right.
Yes, for sure. How do you want to no, it was 60 today. Okay, 60 is good.
Yeah, 60 is not bad.
Yeah. What did I see a question? Oh, Peggy. Peggy says, any news about the surf park? So I was wondering that myself today, Peggy, because I went by there and it looks like that land was rototilled by the people that used to own it. So maybe I don't really know where the surf park is going. I thought it was going to be at the corner of Black Tom and Highway 176, and it was that land there. But they were rototilling it today like they're going to replant those sunflowers and other stuff. So maybe I don't know where it's really going to go. Now, I did see a sign on the other side of the street, same corner, that said land for sale. So I Peggy, honestly, I don't know about.
You would have to think that would have a pretty long process to be approved from county and township and so on.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, Cindy's on. Hey, Cindy, I will need to see y'all do the surf park.
Hey, Cindy, Andrea did the flow rider on one of the Oasis class ships on Royal Caribbean. They got the flow rider in the back of the boat. Oh, let me tell you something. It was amazing, man. There was boobs flying everywhere. It was awesome. I loved watching it.
That's where I needed the mute button right there.
I got that up before you hit the mute button.
You did.
She did really good. She didn't stand up. She was laying down, but she did good.
Jackie said, did you find within the last few weeks open houses have become busier with potential buyers? So, Jackie, I'm going to hold that question because I've got a whole little fancy little slide.
Oh, you got a slide dealing with that? I got a
slide tonight, yeah. It's
awesome.
Really not fancy. It's pretty basic, actually. But I'm going to throw up some stats and all that. Cindy says, please tell me a video of Andrea.
I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go back on Facebook far enough, Cindy, you'll probably find it.
Lynn's here. Thanks.
Oh, hey, Lynn.
To Jeff for meeting with us yesterday. Sorry, Miss Mark. Yes, I am sorry. Huge thanks to Dwayne for being a fabulous tour guide. If we had to pick today, we'd be moving to the Four Seasons. That's a popular one.
You told me that because after our meeting, I was kind of wondering what was going to be her decision, if it was going to be leaning more towards Del Webb or Four Seasons. I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad Dwayne was helpful. I knew he would be. I was excited for you guys to see everything that was available.
So I'm curious, Lynn, if you are okay to share, go ahead and put in the comments maybe one or two reasons. Like, what's the one or two reason you're leaning towards Four Seasons right now?
Oh, great question.
And I think that would be good to throw up on there because I bet you it's very similar to some of our other clients. So I want to see what she says, and I don't want to put it in her head. So I'm not going to tell her what our other clients say. Jerry, what's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry is our fabulous photographer. So if you ever list our house with us, Jerry will be the one that does all kinds of stuff, right? 360 tour. So, we get a lot of military in this area, if you don't know, and people are PCSing in all the time. And a lot of people will look at a home remotely and only go see like 3 homes because they've looked at the virtual tours.
Yeah.
So Jerry's the one that does our virtual tour. He does drone for us. He does our videos for all of our listings. Fabulous photography. Yes, Jeff.
So if remember at our old office, you brought in them snazzy goggles, and I was walking around the house in them fancy goggles. Yes. And I got stuck in the bathroom and I ran into the wall and I hurt my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Could you, if you had those snazzy goggles, could you use those with what we put out?
Yes, yeah. You just
Seriously.
have to go to the link.
So you go to the link and you could act like you're looking around through the house wearing the goggles.
Yeah. And to confirm it, Jerry just said yes too. And he's smarter than me.
So. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Meta Quest, I think is what they're called. Meta Quest and Meta Quest 2 goggles. They're actually made by Facebook.
Meta Quest sounds like one of them phlebotomy labs you go to give blood at.
All right. Any more questions? No more questions right now. Okay. So keep posting your questions and comments. We'll throw them up on the screen and talk about them and try to get those answers. Peggy, I'm going to try to get an answer on the surf park for next week for you, for sure. All right. So Lynn has her answer. Leaning to Four Seasons for water for kayaking and the community center. And we love that there's more green than Del Webb. We like the Ibiza. Yeah. So the trees and the water system and the community center too. But the trees and the water system and the way it's laid out is probably what most of our clients say. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, that is definitely the advantages over Del Webb. But I'll make the case that the flip is that there's different advantages with Del Webb over Four Seasons. It really just comes down to the specific interests of the people that are looking. Yeah. If you're looking for closer proximity to all of the restaurants, not just the restaurants right at Cane Bay there, and shopping and closer to the Target and the movie theater, then Del Webb's a bit closer. Del Webb has the ability, since there's only pool hours for the grandkids or kids 2 hours a day, you've got access to Brighton Park and Midtown across the street. So you've got a really big amenity center and another gym and playgrounds and all that kind of stuff that you have access to. Mark and I always say, always the good, always the bad. The Del Webb pool is probably a little superior. Yeah. But I really like the lake system over at Four Seasons, like Lynn mentioned. The other thing I really like at the Four Seasons is the billiard room. Because I think that would be a big piece of what I would be doing in there is going down to shoot pool. And they've got a really nice billiard room at Four Seasons. So it's so that's why if you've been watching this channel for a while, you've heard me say 100 different times, like I am 50-50. I'm going to be living in one of those two most likely. I still don't know which one.
So I think the one thing that might push you over the edge is that bar grill coming, right? The
bar grill at Del Webb, yeah, that would be cool to be able to have a fruity drink poolside. That is going to be really awesome, and I think we'll be seeing that, closer to this time next year. We're super excited to get some video and start being able to show you that.
You always say fruity drink. Would you drink like Jack and Coke or Jack and Ginger too?
I don't. Yeah. The only thing I ever drink is a really weird, and I think this is back from my college days. I like vodka and grapefruit juice. So I would occasionally have a Stolies and grapefruit juice, but otherwise I like girly drinks.
Yeah.
Although don't let the girly drinks, make you think that they're not serious. I went to a martini party and they had these girly name drinks like Sunrise, Sunset, and all this stuff. And I had a few of those and I went to stand up and I said, "Whoa, Nelly, where did that come from? These little girly drinks, you put a big man down."
Pete says, met with Jess at Joe's Carts a couple weeks ago. Wonderful lady, very knowledgeable. Can't wait to buy. That's awesome.
Yeah, Jess is awesome.
Joe's is awesome. We so on Saturday, Jeff, while you were
leave that up there, I'm gonna take a picture of that comment and I'll send it to Jess. It'll make her feel all happy.
We were while you were playing down in Savannah on Saturday.
No, sir. I was not playing. And I'm going to talk about Savannah before the night's over here.
So Saturday, the other argument that I'll say if you want a water lot is those Meritage homes in the coves.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little partial now, but I think I sold the best water lot in Meritage Saturday for Mike's client.
Was it so on the road going in, it was on the left?
It was, yep.
And about 8, 9, 10 houses down-ish?
Yeah, the white one story.
Gorgeous house.
So you walk out the back and it's a wooden deck, which is different from all the other builders.
Yeah.
And it costs like $3,000 more for that wooden deck, is what Rick was telling us, than just a slab. But it's got the wooden deck with the nice railing and all that. But you look out and you look straight out, and there's a lake system that goes out and around. You look to the left, there's another piece of the lake system. And then you look the other way. I think I said left, but there's another. So was water in 3 different directions from the back porch, because it's right in the middle of that little Y there.
Yeah.
It is awesome. It is so awesome.
And I'm guessing if it's over 600, it ain't over by much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
this house was, I think it was $525.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic lake lots at $5.25, if that's what it was.
Yeah, like we sold one before, and it was $150,000 just for the lot.
Yeah, over 4 seasons, we sold $150,000 lot. We did.
Yeah. So this house is fabulous. It's almost done. They're super excited. Oh, and by the way, we're standing and we're trying to God give us a sign of this is the perfect house, right? And we're just kind of standing in the backyard looking around, and a bald eagle does the eagle sound and lands in the tree directly behind the house.
Oh yeah, I think you sent me a picture of it.
I did. I sent you a picture, and there was a little video. I'll have to see if I can pull up the video. But yeah, the bald eagle lands in the tree, and the gentleman turns around and says, "You are a really good realtor." It was hilarious.
Remember the movie Money Pit? They were trying to sell the house that was the Money Pit.
2 weeks.
And like cue the deer, and then they release the fence, and the deer come trotting through the thing. That's we have a trained bald eagle that we use out in Cane Bay.
Yeah, and then the people that moved in next door stated that it's there every day. It's like their perch for the area to check out the area or whatever. But it and its mate come there every single day.
Well, I found their nest back in the day. I'm sure it's different now, but I had taken a golf cart ride around that lake, and I found this one tree that had this massive eagle's nest up, and it was pretty awesome.
I'm trying to think of what was there.
Uh-oh, Mark looks confused.
Well, I know there was an osprey one there. I think the eagle one is down the road, but I could be wrong, so I don't want to say that.
Can we just say that I'm right? I mean,
yeah, you're right.
I mean, you're making me look bad here. It's
you're right.
There's an eagle's nest out there. All of a sudden, no, there's not. I mean, I agree with
Peggy says, thanks, Mark. Robin says, just send him to the grocery store and he can get drunk at Harris Teeter.
Yeah, Harris Teeter, full bar. And I was questioning that, thinking, okay, what kind of a psychopath you got to be walking around drinking grocery shopping? And there I was with a Yingling the other day, walking around doing grocery shopping. It was okay.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Jackie says, do you like pina colada and getting caught in the rain?
Great.
Do you like pina colada?
No, we have a rule. I don't have a mute button, but I will yell over top of you. You're not allowed to sing.
And
actually, that's what Andrea got down in Savannah this weekend. We went to one of them bars that had all the frozen drinks on the walls,
like a Wet Willie's type of thing.
I think it was actually called Wet Willie's.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and Andrea got a pina colada.
Nice. I gotta put this.
Hey, let's see. What did I get? What flavor did I get, Mark?
You got a mango.
My guy.
Yes, I got a mango one. I was up in North Carolina with my mom, helping her doing some stuff at her house, and she took us out to Mexican last night, and I got a mango one last night.
Oh, dude, your uncle was cracking me up.
Right? Isn't he hilarious?
Oh, he's killing me.
He can do. You remember Bobcat Gold?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He can do him like awesome.
Yeah,
So,
it was funny.
Ross says, "How do I become devilishly handsome like Jeff?"
Eat more cheeseburgers.
Robin says, "Stop."
Strong genetics, Ross. Strong genetics.
Andrew says Andrew can sing.
Well, all right. Do we have 1 minute to tell my Andrea singing story?
Yes, sure.
All right. So Andrea, my wife, has had a beautiful voice. She had some thyroid surgery, and she doesn't sing much anymore, but she used to always sing karaoke when we would go out. And I could never sing. And when we got married, I said, listen, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to do karaoke. I can't sing, baby. When I'm in church mouthing the words, I still love me some Jesus. I just can't sing. So we were on a cruise ship one time, and she went up and she was going to sing a song. She always did Son of a Preacher Man, I think, is the song. She was really good at it. And she put the song, and I'm expecting her to sing it. And she goes up and grabs the mic and says, hey, listen, my guy back there, my husband, he's never sang for me. He's always refused to sing karaoke, and he's never going to see you people again in his life. So if you cheer him on, I know he'll come up here and he'll sing. And so I had a couple Yinglings in me, and I got up and I went up, and she had put in Madonna's Like a Virgin. That was the song that she put in to sing. And I just butchered it. I was horrific. And she came back. I came back to the table, and she says, baby, you're right. You can't sing. It was so embarrassing. But yes, Andrea is a very good singer, but don't trust her if she goes up to sing karaoke now, because she might be throwing you under the bus.
Well, that's her fault. I mean, you told her you didn't want to sing.
That's right.
So
she's the one that called me out in front of other people I knew I would never see again. But there's more to the story, but we only have an hour. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Ross says I need to take Andrea to karaoke downtown.
Yeah, well, as long as you get her home by 7, she'd probably go, but she's getting like me. She ain't like to go out at night.
Peggy says, I heard a rumor that some retail might be coming to the Sheep Island area. Hear anything? So I haven't heard that, but I know that corner area, they were selling that land. It still says for sale. But I noticed it's all cleared out in between some of the trees over there. So I wonder if somebody really did buy it and they just didn't update it. I'm sure on Berkeley County Growth and Development, if you're looking to move that area or you live here and you're not a member of that Facebook group, I mean, there's still some drama in it because
gotta be careful. There's some crazy up in that page.
Yeah, there is. I mean, Robin's a part of it, if that tells you anything.
What else do you need to know?
Yeah, exactly. And so actually she might have left that group. I don't know.
Or she was asked to leave. I'm not sure.
So that group does have some good updates sometimes when people are near it. All right, let's get into. So Peggy, I don't have an answer for you on that either, but I did see clearing. But we'll keep you updated if I do hear anything for sure. Ross says that Facebook group is 95% drama.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
Yeah. So let's. You want to get into stats first, or do you want to get into
nothing more fun than stats?
Yeah. See how excited I am.
Because everybody gets excited about stats like you do, Mark. We're all just like you.
So I'm going to try to make it quicker. So I created this cool little slide that I'm going to share. And I figured this would speed up the process of me going through the stats to save everybody from the Mark stats talk. All
right, let's try it out. We'll see if we like the new version.
Let's see if we like it. So this is obviously the market overview for last week. So to go back to Jackie's question, is activity up? And buying activity is not picking up as much as normal. It's about the same as last week. And by mid to end March now, we should be really booming. So it is not picking up. Now, Mount Pleasant is super strong. They had 37 under contract last week just in Mount Pleasant with a median price of $1.1 million. And then 283 under contract last week, 215 single family, and the median price was $527 for the area. So why is activity not picking up? And so the smart guys are telling us the stock market is very volatile right now with all the tariffs and everything, and people just don't like the uncertainty. So they're just going to hold back and wait and see what happens. Like, I'm not even looking at my stock market because of, everything. Like, it'll balance out later on. I truly believe that, this type of stuff always happens, but I'm not even looking at it right now. So you see how quick
I'm not looking at mine either.
Yeah. As Jeff falls back. So I'm gonna put up the question. We have the same question every week. How many single family homes that went under contract last week were over 1 million? So you see in the bottom left there were 215 single family. Of those, how many went under? Were over 1 million.
All right, so you got a little bit of information for us here this week. We got the Mount Pleasant. We know that 37 went under contract last week with a median of 1.1.
Yes.
So let's say that at least half of them, if you're doing Jeff math,
yep,
was at least 1.1 million. So all right, let me think about my number here.
So everybody start putting their comments down in there with the number you think about. While you guys think about that, I'm going to go to my next slide so we can talk about rates for a little bit.
And I want to come back to Jackie's question about open houses too. So remember that.
Okay. So, if buying activity is not picking up, we still have kind of high rates. What are the smart guys telling us about rates coming up? So here are the thoughts that I've kind of compiled. All right. So further fall off in the stock market drives people to safety in the bond market. As there's more demand for bonds, that drives up those bond prices. Interest rates for bonds are inversely proportional to their price. So as their price goes up, the rate should come down.
And now, that's what we've heard from Landon before, right?
Yeah.
He's always like, when this bond market going down is a bad thing for mortgage rates.
Mm-hmm.
Because this going down makes rates go higher. As these rates go up, the mortgage rates drop.
Exactly. So does this mean we're going back to 2%? No, it does not.
No.
But every half of a point matters, right? I mean,
yeah.
I forget what the number is, but it gives you more buying power for it every 1/10 of a point, really.
Well, I did some math recently, Mark, on a $400,000 loan. So a $500,000 purchase with $100,000 down and a $400,000 loan, 1% in mortgage rate was $550-ish a month difference. So on a 400 loan, a 6% rate would cost you $500+ less than a 7% rate.
Okay. So a half would be half of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see like a 0.5% drop, and the coming months between now and the year end, let's say, and that would give you $225 more in buying power, right?
Yeah, I looked today, and the rates were, conventional was around 6.6 with the govs at about 6.1 FHA and VA.
That's good because 2 weeks ago we were at 7.1. Remember?
Yeah, we were.
So that's huge.
All right, let me come up with my guess. I'm going to say 37.
All right, you say 37. Rose says 45. Robin says 11. Robert Gansky says 26.
Oh, hey, I talked to Robert today. Hi, Robert.
Jackie says 4. Wait, Robin, you can't have two answers.
Robin, how many are you guessing here?
We're going with Robin's first answer. She can't.
The first one.
Yeah. And Pete says 33. So the real answer is 42.
42.
42.
I think Rose was closest.
And I think that's like the second week in a row.
I think Rose won recently. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Rose.
Rose, why don't you join the team? You clearly know a whole lot more than Mark and I do.
Exactly. Good job, Rose. Good job. All right.
Can I talk about open houses now?
Yeah, go for open houses.
All right. I'm going to let you in on a little real estate secret here. But this is only for the knowledge of the people that are on this YouTube. You can't tell anybody. Open houses don't really sell houses. Open houses get new clients for realtors that hold open houses. It's so rare that somebody that comes in to see an open house says, "Oh, I've got to have this specific house. Here's my offer. Sign me up." It has happened, of course. I sold one that way one time. But for the most part, open houses don't sell houses. It's mostly neighbors. Like, we've never been big open house people on our team. If we have clients that want open houses, of course, we'll be happy to do them. But they don't really sell houses that much. The best thing, you see a lot of realtors go do open houses hoping that somebody does come in that's unrepresented, and then they can sign them as a new client and then go find the house that would be right for them. So, little insider trade secret. Don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourselves.
All right. So, Jeff, on the flip side, on the marketing side,
yeah,
the plus is you get to market your home for another reason. So I can blast out an open house on Facebook
that's true. That's true.
It's more exposure.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You're correct. I feel the same exact way as what you're saying. Mm-hmm. The only advantage is it's another reason to put your house out there in the wide open social media.
Yeah, and it makes sense that you think of that, and I don't, because that is your side of the business. Like, whenever we have listings, Mark is the one that's putting together all the marketing pieces and those kind of things. So that's true. Yep.
I'm going to go to Jackie's other question now, because I think it's good. And I've heard you answer this several times, so I'm going to throw this in your court. Is a lack of buyers making builders offer crazy deals?
That's a very, very deep conversation, and so I'll try to answer it as best I can in the shortest amount of time possible. And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Was
that short enough for you?
Yeah, that was short.
We just had, I was looking at a house. Mark, I think you might even talk about one. There was one over in Del Webb that was, 20-30 grand off, that mainstay one, which they only have one of them. So even seeing that, putting a discount on that, of $20,000-$30,000 whatever. But we had one recently here in Carnes. It was $105,000 off.
Yeah. And our client was very happy to get that $105,000.
Yeah. It kind of sucked for us because we get paid on the price of the house, man. we paid less money in that deal. But I want what's best for them, not me. I want what's best for you.
Absolutely. I love this right here. I'm glad to see Jeff changed his clock.
No, ma'am. Jeff did not change his clock. Jeff promised that clock would be wrong this week. Wait, there it is. And Andrea must have snuck in here and changed that clock.
Yeah.
Because I was going to leave it go, because I don't believe in this whole daylight savings bull crap. I'm leaving the. Why can't I point at things? It's so difficult. Right there. I would have left it there till the fall. Mama Greg said no.
Jackie says no. I win. She bid too high. LOL.
No fighting now. You be nice.
Peggy said, seeing that here in Summerville Crossing, big discounts.
Yeah, and here's what happens is, the builders in the specific neighborhoods, they've been doing this, we can build X number of homes per month, and that's all we can handle, and we try to stick to that. They haven't decreased that. So as the market has slowed a little bit because of interest rates and the election last year, and now stock market prices and tariffs and all this nonsense, people have slowed down a little bit, and so they still are building 20 houses a month in this neighborhood, 8 houses a month in this neighborhood. And so when they get closer to completion, they start discounting them because they want to get them off the books. So from a buyer's perspective, it's a phenomenal time to buy. I don't want to come across as that used car guy saying you can always refinance if the interest rates drop, but I can show you math that says it makes a whole lot more sense to buy now than it does 2 years from now if the rate was even 3% lower 2 years from now. I can prove it every time mathematically.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that sound clip, from the sales guy. Buy now, no.
Right.
Yeah, Peggy. So here's your Summerwind Crossing community.
How did you do that fast?
I knew it was coming. I had it up.
Wow.
I'm not that smart, trust me.
Okay, all right.
Price drop $40K. So you remember this was, what is that? $499.
Yeah.
And now it's down to $459. 2,430 square feet. And I think this is the corner lot one too, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is done. And you probably get a partial pond view in this one too. But phenomenal price, $459. Yep. Super awesome.
And I wonder if they're still offering that first year of HOA for free.
We'll have to check that out. I don't. They change so often.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to know.
It is. Incentives always change.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. I thought we haven't done events in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd jump into events in the Charleston area because the springtime's coming and there's more festivals and events and things like that. So if you're okay with that, we're going to jump into that.
Let's roll, baby.
I found one that I think you will go to. Like I honestly think you're going to go to this event.
All right. So I'm gonna give you the thumbs up and the thumbs down here.
Okay. It's called the Charleston Brunch Festival. There's the thumb up.
Don't even that sounds lovely.
It's at the Haygood Stadium, which is at the Citadel downtown.
No, I'm out.
Saturday, March 29th from 12 to 4, early entry at 11 a.m. So if you want to line up for the food, you can get there at 11, but it really opens at 12. They're going to have bottomless drink tickets, includes all drinks from 12 to 3:45. Food costs extra. $45 advance ticket, $50 after March 20th. Are we still in advance? Yeah. You got one more day to get $5 off. $60 day of the event. First 500 tickets are only $35. Early entry tickets includes all drinks until 3:45. What else? Tickets go on sale February 12th. So brunch samples will be available for $4 each, paid directly to each restaurant. So I think every restaurant is going to have like a little setup, and you'll get to sample all these places, which is awesome because then you can go to the ones you like on different days.
Yeah.
And don't go to the ones you don't like.
It's like a little mini food and wine festival like they have down at Epcot.
Yeah.
Little tasting menu.
You'll probably like this even better, Jeff. It's 21 and up. No kids, no babies, no pets.
I love kids. Why are you going to make me be the curmudgeon all of a sudden? Like, you're like, and just so you know, Jeff hates everybody's kids. If you have kids, he hates your kids. So don't ever take your kids near Jeff. I love kids.
I wasn't meaning that at all. I'm just saying.
Well, that's how it came across.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean
okay.
that.
I forgive you.
So that was pretty good. Credit One Stadium. You know where that is, right?
That's the one on Daniel Island, right?
Daniel Island. They redid the whole thing. The big event that's always gone on there is the women's tennis. So if you're new to the area, women's tennis at the Credit One Stadium, it's called the Charleston Open, I believe.
Yeah, the big players are there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of the best players in the world. That's coming up all week, March 29th through April 6th. So, Robin, kids can be overrated. Sorry,
Well,
I just
you got that right.
So you have to buy tickets for that, obviously. Oh, it's only $10. That's pretty good.
I saw a meme on Facebook the other day, Robin, that said something like, my wife and I, after serious consideration, have decided we don't want kids. And then the next line was, we're breaking that to our children tonight.
I saw that too. As soon as you said
I
that.
was dying.
That is so funny. So March 29th through April 6th, right?
No, they have concerts here, right? Didn't you and Sharon go to a concert there?
Yeah. We went to Stevie Nicks there.
And Andrea saw a group there too. It might have been Imagine Dragons or something like that.
Probably. The only bad part about this concert venue is if it rains, you're getting wet.
Yeah, it's pretty much open air. There's like one covered area, but that's it.
Yeah, it's right up there. Because the stage is usually right here.
Okay.
All the equipment and all that. You know what I mean? So when I went, we were sitting right here. It was fabulous seats right up here.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it rained a little bit and we got wet. For sure.
I don't like concerts.
I know. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the dates here now.
All right.
I want you to see how silly this is. And I'm going to make an argument that you might not want to visit this weekend that I'm thinking.
Oh, I know what weekend you're talking about.
Yeah. So March 29th through April 6th, which I think April 6th is a Saturday. Let me just double check. It's a Sunday. So 4th, 5th, and 6th are the dates I'm trying to point out to you here. All right, so you got that. You've got the Strawberry Festival. This is on April 4th, which is a Friday.
Go get you some good strawberry shortcake.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 10 to 7 every day. Yeah, they'll have a petting zoo, dog show. There's fields that you pick from.
Don't tell Andrea. She loves her petting zoo.
Yeah. So you got that weekend, which is at Boone Hall, which is in Mount Pleasant, right?
Yep.
Then you have the Bridge Run, which is Saturday, April 5th.
Here's where the mayhem starts.
Yes, in Mount Pleasant. Additionally, you have the Flower Town Festival in Summerville, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah. Now, if you want to experience all that stuff, come on. You're going to have a great weekend. Yep. You're going to be slam-packed all weekend, especially if you run. You're going to have to find a place to carb up after and all that.
Ran once, didn't like it, not going to do it again.
Yeah. And that was only because the bear was chasing it.
It was a snake. I saw a snake. I turn into Jesse Owens. You see a snake. Snakes and sticks that look like snakes are my two biggest fears in life.
Yeah. But there's a lot going on that weekend. So,
yeah, listen, if you're on the neighborhood Facebook pages and everybody's always complaining about Summerville traffic, I don't think Summerville traffic's not that bad.
Yeah.
This weekend, it's going to be stupid. So for all y'all people that are our clients that have moved here, if you get to Kickin' Chicken heading down Main Street towards Old Summerville, turn around and go back. Kickin' Chicken's as far as you want to go.
Unless you're going to the festival, right?
Unless you're going to the festival.
Right.
Yeah, then you're good.
Yeah. All right, there's a bunch of comments in here. I'm going to get to those. So Jackie says we're going to the air show April 13th in Beaufort. The air show is
such a cool little town.
Mm-hmm.
We actually took a boat and went down to Beaufort for an overnight, drove the boat from Charleston down to Beaufort on the intercoastal, got a hotel in Beaufort, and came back the next day. Lovely trip. Mm-hmm. They got horse-drawn carriages down there in Beaufort, Jackie. You'll have a great time.
Jackie said there's a night event at Cypress Gardens.
Dude, there's alligators out there. I'm not going out at night. I won't be able to see them little suckers.
I walked early in the morning there one time, and I came around the corner, and there was one laying right in the path.
No, thank you.
We're gonna need your flashlight if we go to that.
I'll bring my good flashlight. Yeah,
it like lights up the night.
For Cypress Gardens does not get enough attention.
It's awesome. Awesome. I love that place.
It's up here in Monk's Corner. It's what is it from your house? 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful park.
Love it. Okay, the rest are all Robin. Come on and experience all the pollen.
Yes. If you ever want a yellow car, but you're just not sure if you like it long term, come on down to Charleston.
Come on down. Jeff, we've got 3 amazing listings that we need to talk about.
Yeah, we used to have a bunch more. We went and sold them off. So we're down to these 3. But these 3 are all really cool in their own way.
Yeah. So why don't you talk about the middle one first?
All right, middle one. Townhouse in Nexton for $349,900. Let's go ahead and round it up to $350,000. Townhouse for $350,000. It sits across. So when you walk out the front door, there's a beautiful big green space. There's a playground right around the bend. You're right down the road from the pools and the pickleball and the dog parks and all the cool stuff. All the main living is on the ground level. He hates it when this happens.
So frustrating.
Both the bedrooms upstairs, only a 2-bedroom townhouse, but both of them have ensuite bathrooms. So now listen, in Nexton, this is in Brighton Park. I can make a case for Brighton Park is maybe preferred over Midtown. Midtown has a newer, bigger amenity center, but Brighton Park, you should have access to both. Brighton Park is much closer to all the restaurants and stuff. For instance, when these people that have this for sale came to my office, they actually rode their bikes to get there.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And it's close, like you said, the Harris Teeter, the Publix, the new bagel place. Like, it's closer to even than to our office and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the Brighton Park, and then here's the Midtown amenities. And as you said, they get to use both.
Yep.
So
food trucks, and it's a Nexton, #1 master plan community in the universe a couple years ago. Not just the country, the universe.
Universe.
Speaking of which, did you see the astronauts made it home?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice of Elon to go get them?
Thank you, Elon. Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this other one, which is in Cane Bay. We got these listings are kind of all over the place, aren't they?
They really are.
So one of the best lake lots as well. See if I can blow this up. There we go. So it's this blue house right here with the arrow. If you don't like to walk far to your mailbox, it's right across the street right here. So super convenient there. It is on the lake system. Over here is Four Seasons. So it's right across from Four Seasons.
So you could have water balloon fights across the lake with the people in Four Seasons.
Oh my God. That would be an awesome event. We should do that.
We should do that.
Yeah. Oh, or tug of war.
Get drug into the lake?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll do it from my drone.
Yeah. Let's call Rick.
Yeah. Beautiful. These are like a little bit creamy white. So the picture with the flash and all that is making it look real white, but these are a little creamy white. And it goes really good with this countertop and the backsplash, gourmet kitchen, obviously the gas range. Now I'm trying to get to the stuff that is out back. That's the office right at the front. They got this brick inside here with the bar doesn't stay, but you could buy your own bar that's just like it. I want to get to the outside. Oh, that garage has like a mesh.
It's got a magic floor on it.
Yeah. And look at the upgrade they did in the closet too.
Oh yeah.
I wish my
Andrew would love that.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting there. There we go.
Oh, Jerry took a lot of pictures.
Travertine bench, travertine fire pit, travertine all over the ground. And most places you buy the one size tile for travertine. These are like all different size tile that make it look so much better. It's amazing.
And there's a screened-in porch also. It's not like the whole back of the house is all open air like this. There is a screened-in porch also.
Yeah, there it is right there. And then you can drag your kayak out through the gate, already fenced in, because that might cost $4,000 or $5,000 for a fence. Yeah. Because this one style is the only style that they allow.
Yep.
So you can drag your kayak right out to here and go fishing.
Hardy plank house, lots of upgrades in a really nice neighborhood over in the Coves. Good house.
Yeah. And then our third one is way up in Ellery, which really isn't that far. You would think it's far from Summerville, but it's only like 47 minutes. I can get there in like 47. The reason I know this is because my daughter home golf course is up in Santee. So this is just a little bit further than her golf course. So you have 3 different championship golf courses that are within 15 minutes of this house. Jeff, tell them about the golf cart ride that we did in this neighborhood.
Yeah, this is a huge neighborhood with not a lot of houses in it. So the owner of this house took us for a ride in his golf cart back in through the woods, over the mountains, through the valleys, around the trees. It took a nice golf cart ride back to the lake. You've got access to Lake Moultrie there, right?
Lake Marion.
Marion. If I say that 100 times, I'll get it wrong 100 times.
It's okay. They both begin with M. How would you know?
They should. That's their fault.
Yeah.
And there was a boat launch there and a pavilion back there, and like a dude come by in his quad, and it's gorgeous.
And then this has a waterfall in the backyard. Like you walk out your screen porch, and this is what you hear.
2 waterfalls.
Yeah. Actually, I think there's 3. I think there's a third one way up here, but you can probably only hear these 2.
Do you need me to make the waterfall noise?
Yes, go ahead. No, that's awful. It's way better than that.
Yeah, it's better than that.
But this is I think it's a 2023 build, and
they put a lot of stuff in this too, like in the closets.
Yeah, the pantry.
Took out the wire shelving and put in the good closets and all that.
The fireplace here with the shiplap.
Cool fan.
Super, super nice. Newer style cabinet. Like a lot of the people are going back to this brown color now.
Yeah.
Or not back to it. It's totally different than
the. And Mark and I helped birth this house. We were up there way back in the beginning. Whenever, so we did, the home inspections and all that on this house back in the day when she was built.
This is a solid house for sure.
Yeah.
Jeff, you had me pull up all of the targeted and restricted 55 plus communities because of the amount of stuff.
Doing some research for one of our clients, and they were looking for a specific house in Del Webb and Nexton, and I looked and saw how many resales are in there right now. It's there's a good variety of houses in there at some really good price points. We don't typically see much in Del Webb Nexton under 500, and I came across I think 4 of them.
Yeah. So this one is Del Webb, but it's the Cane Bay Del Webb. You've got Realty One is listing listing this in Crestwind. So you've got a nice resale in Crestwind, 1,600 square feet for $418. Then you've got a brand new in Crestwind for $446. I feel like I can show these pictures because they're the front picture.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay here. But Garden Gateway, that's in Del Webb Nexton. Garden Gateway again, Del Webb Nexton. Sea Lavender, is that Nexton? I think that one's Cane Bay.
Sea Lavender is in Cane Bay.
Yeah. So you got 2 on Sea Lavender in the 300s. This one dropped $15,000. You've got the Hammock Walk, which are brand new.
Those are more townhousey.
Yes.
Than single family.
We're having a Zoom call with a client tomorrow night on these.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So lots of options in the targeted and active adult 55 plus, because we have 7 of them here in Summerville.
Now in the Del Webb and Cane Bay, we could see a house 15, 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
But a lot of them have been upgraded, updated. At this point, they might have new roofs and new air in them. But the other ones, the Four Seasons, the Del Webb Next, and the Crestwind, we don't typically see anything over 6, 7, 8 years old in there.
Which is great, because they probably put 50, 60, 70,000 in upgrades in it, and you're getting the benefit of all that.
A lot of them have.
Mm-hmm. So that was cool. What was the other thing? Oh, Four Seasons. So remember how we were talking about the lofts, and we thought maybe they would back off some of the lofts on the specs, but look at what's available right now. Loft, 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 loft. That's it. They're all lofts.
Oh, you're saying it so many times it's starting to not sound right.
But yeah, like if you want a loft, Four Seasons has got great spec homes for a loft.
Now's the time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think that's it. I think we went through all of our content, and we have 2.5 minutes to spare. How was that?
You done good, kid. Proud of you.
Yes.
Hey, I went down to Savannah this weekend.
Oh yeah.
For Mardi Gras. And I didn't go for Mardi Gras. I went down for a wedding, but the Mardi Gras was going on. And don't ever go to Savannah on Mardi Gras weekend.
You mean St. Patrick's Day weekend?
St. Patrick's Day weekend. I did mean St. Patrick's Day. Mardi Gras was a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was they went through some beer down in that town. There were some beer deliveries. Savannah's a gorgeous town. I love going there. I love going for a weekend down there. I just wouldn't do it again on St. Patrick's Day.
So was it so bad where you couldn't even walk down the streets?
Yeah. We were 0.8 of a mile away from my hotel, and we took an Uber back because it was just so crowded. I didn't want to fight getting through all those people getting down the sidewalks, and so we just took a $35 Uber trip for 0.8 of a mile because they were surge pricing. But I was just happy to get back in the safety of my hotel. But I'll have a video coming out eventually on our little travel channel, Greg Getaways. The cool thing is that all sits on the Savannah River there, and that's where the big ships come in to the port of Savannah. And so you got these building-sized ships coming in like 50 yards away from you. We'd sit in our balcony and just watch the ships come in. I love that. If you go down, stay right on the water. The Marriott there, Riverside, is pretty awesome.
Nice. Curtis has got a question.
All right.
What is better, more rain and humidity for Carolinas, Florida versus low rain humidity, Arizona, but very hot summers? I can find price points very similar in both areas. Wow, this is a good question.
It is a good question. I would say that...
How about the beaches, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was surprised. I went out to Phoenix one time for a meeting, and I landed, and it was like 102 degrees when I landed at 11 o'clock at night. And I sat outside, believe it or not, the next day for lunch. They had some misters, and it was like 108 degrees outside, and I was sitting outside. But there is something to that dry heat thing. Like it doesn't affect you as much as it does the humidity that we do see here. Now, we don't see, like today there's like, I don't know what the humidity was, but you couldn't feel it at all. The humidity here is, at least in my experience, I feel like it really gets a little stupid 6 weeks out of the summer. Wouldn't you say, Mark?
6 to 8, yeah.
But I prefer the whole coastal living, Southern charm, Carolina vibe kind of a thing to, if you want to go out in Arizona and you want to golf every day, I mean, you can golf every day here, but I prefer this. But I was surprised at how not hot I felt out there with the low humidity and the high temperatures.
Now, I've only been to Arizona once, I think, and I just remember it not being as pretty too. Like, there's not a lot of green grass, and right? Am I thinking right?
No, I felt like it just felt like a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, hopefully that helped a little bit, Curtis. If you want to talk more about it, of course, we'll be glad to. That's a perfect segue into talking about our Zoom calls. We love to do Zoom calls with people. We're going to throw a QR code up at the
I did
end.
one today with people from Canada.
Canada. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, they're moving here from Canada. I was doing international Zoom calls today. Mark, I told them if they move here, they have to sign a contract that they won't call napkins serviettes. They said they promised they wouldn't serve them serviettes. They would call them napkins.
Okay, good. So yeah, we'll throw up a QR code on the video at the end here. You can scan that and book a Zoom call with us. It'll drop right into a calendar. Pick a day and time that you want that we're available. And we would love to talk more with you about the area or about selling or buying, or even if you just have some questions about the area, we're happy to do that too, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all I got for this week, Jeff. Any final words?
No.
Right.
My filter just worked, and I'm just going to say nope. I have nothing else to say.
Well, we're going to end on that and have a safe, happy Tuesday, everybody. Till next week. Thanks for joining. Thanks for allowing us in your homes. See ya.